Hey everybody, what's up? This is Chris, and I'm going to do another video response. I know, big shocker. A YouTuber by the name of Jenna Marble, you may have heard of her, made a video about thoughts on being yourself. And I think she's just kind of just giving a pep talk to her viewers about, like why it's okay to be different, why it's okay to be yourself, why it's okay to not be accepted by like modern day society. And I, of course, related to that immediately, so I'm like, yo, I gotta say something. So I'll just tell you a story. So Chris, me, has always been a little bit off, a little bit different, but I've always been accepted for the most part by either a small number of peers or a large number of peers once I hit a certain age. When I was a kid, not so much, well, that's not even true. When I was in grammar school, like meaning like K through 8, I got along with everybody. I was awesome, like I had lots of friends, lots of fun. I was like, yeah! And I was wearing Pro Wings, which are like the worst shoes you can ever get. You get them from Payless. And no one cared because we were like, hey, we don't got no money, we're all little kids, whatever. But then you get into high school and everything changes, everybody gets materialistic and people care what you wear. I remember when I first got to high school, I was wearing Pro Wings. They were like, what the heck are you wearing? I go, shoes. And they go, nah, man, I'm Pro Wings. You poor. And I wasn't poor. My parents actually made a lot of money. I was just really cheap. Like, I would prefer to play like video games than wear really stylish clothes or, wear good shoes that didn't fall apart in 3 weeks. But, I didn't really think anything beyond that. It was just like, that's just what I thought. But then that whole mindset of everyone being like, hey, you're poor and you suck, started to get to me. So I started saving up my money more and more. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna get the good shoes. Everybody's gonna love me. But the good thing is that I had other people who were in my same like social situation who were experiencing the same things. So I got to watch them do it first. I saw this other guy, he at first day of school got picked on, they like pulled out his pants and rubbed baby all over his head. This is a real story. And they laughed at him and they're like, hey, you got a bald head, eh? I think the kid had cancer, which, getting in high school, you don't really think that much about it, but the kid probably had cancer. And so they were like making fun of him, rubbing his head. And so like, he decided, I'm gonna switch my whole style up and get the really good clothes and all that stuff like that. He did it and they beat him up and took his stuff. And then I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. Nah, I'm gonna keep wearing my Pro Wings. Nah, And so it's kind of like, let me just like back off a little bit and just try to be myself, because trying to be like them only ended up bad for him. Now later, fast forward to like sophomore year, that same kid started wearing stylish clothes, became really popular, he picked on other people, and I guess he didn't really learn anything because he became just as big of a jerk as the jerks who picked on him. And I'm like, what did you learn? Did you just learn to just keep perpetuating the cycle? Because those same kids that picked on you who didn't know you had cancer. I don't know if he had cancer, but just assumed because he was really bald at like a very young age. I think this is like high school. Maybe he was just prematurely balding. I'm just giving him cancer right now, but I'm sorry to give him cancer, sir. I don't even talk to that kid, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, he's just perpetuating the cycle of, tomfoolery and foolishness. I'm like, yo, calm that down, baby. You gotta stop. But I didn't say that because at that point in my life, I didn't talk like that. I talked like, hey, just leave me alone, please, And I was like a little scrawny kid, had no muscles. And at that point, though, I saw what was going down. I was like, you know what? I gotta get a piece of that. So I tried again to be just like everybody else. Started wearing like FUBU and Sean John and all the like stylish brands at the time. Got my Timberlands on, walking down the street. I was trying to be mean to girls, didn't do very good at it because that's what everybody did back in the day. You were mean to girls, you were a jerk. You're like, hey girl, yeah, shut up. Ugh. You did it all the time. Ugh. And it got you tons of dates. It didn't really work for me because I wasn't very attractive at that moment. But doesn't matter. I kept doing it anyway. But I felt like a piece of crap the entire time. The entire time, I felt like crap. I felt like a terrible, terrible person. I didn't love me. I didn't love what I was doing. And I just felt like crap. Doo-doo, if you will. And Doo-doo Chris was horrible and he smelled weird just to go along with his stupid name. So, because I didn't feel good about what I was doing, I was like, you know what? I can't do it. So I retreated completely and entirely. So I decided, you know what, screw this noise. I'm gonna go to the internet. I went to the internet and I just did that. And that's what I did. I would be on message boards all night. I would hang out with my internet friends. I had my internet girlfriend, which I'll tell you guys about later. I did all that. I just lived that internet life and it was great and I loved it. I got my video game on. I got my freaking cartoon on. I had Flame Wars. It was awesome. It was just great and I loved that life. But then every day I had to go back to high school and live that other life. But I just couldn't pretend anymore because I just had to be myself. And the only time I was really myself was on the internet. And that's kind of bizarre if you really think about it. The only time I was myself was when people couldn't see me. The only time when I was myself was when I was in the dark in the basement in my parents' house. That's the only time I was truly me. But the rest of my life, I spent pretending, I spent being like, you know what, I don't like what I'm doing, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And eventually I got to a point where I was like, you know what, screw that noise. I'm gonna be me here too. So I started playing video games in public. Started bringing my Game Boy with me everywhere. I got made fun of, I got teased. But you know what? I was like, you know, I'd rather get teased than be unhappy. Because pretending to be who you guys are, who you guys want me to be, what you guys expect, it just sucks. It absolutely sucks. So sure, I'll be lonely. Sure, I won't get any girls. Sure, you'll put me up against a locker. Sure, you'll grab me by my neck and hold me up against a wall, which just happened to me. Yeah, sure, you'll do those things. But at least I'll walk away with my self-respect. And because I still respected who I was and I loved myself, it was okay. And I made it out of high school fine. Got to college, still stayed myself, didn't change, and people accepted me finally. And it was a big, like a really big victory day for me. I was marching. I was like, yes, this is my victory day. This is the day where Chris finally has come home to the universe. Chris has finally been able to be himself. And that is amazing. You know what I mean? Like, that is a wonderful, amazing feeling to be able to just be yourself outside the internet. And you know what's funny about that is that when I finally did that, I lost my connection to the internet. It's really messed up. Like, I was on a live journal all the time and I just stopped writing in it. I just stopped because I was able to be that same person offline. And it taught me a lesson. It was kind of like, you know, if you love who you are and you stay true to that, eventually there will be a payoff. Now, I'm in a second kind of renaissance right now where being myself is freaking awesome because currently the blurred black nerd thing is in. You know, people like it, people dig it. I do have my struggles and my problems, but I feel better about it because I know that there are other people like myself out here. There are other people I can't talk. There are people out here that identify with me. There are people out here that love what I am. There are people out here that respect who I am because I am a man. I'm a role model. I am a great person. I am funny. I am charming. I am sometimes handsome. And I happen to be a nerd. I love video games. I love Pokemon. I love Spider-Man. I love Domo. I love it all, you know? And I have to do that or I won't be happy, you know? And I need a person who's gonna be in my life, like lots of people, not just a girlfriend, but friends that are gonna accept me for the person I am. And I made those friends. Like I had a friend named Josh who like didn't know I was into video games and anime and all that stuff like that. And I didn't know he was either. But then I made a blog about it. He saw it. He's like, whoa, you're in that stuff too? And I was like, yeah, man. He's like, we're hanging out. And I made a new friend on that day. Someone I never expected would be my friend or be into like the stuff I am. But he was. And that's why I love to promote being yourself to other people because you never know. You never know who wants to be you with you. You know what I mean? You just never know. So it's stupid to try to hide it. It is. Yeah, it's really easy to blend in with society and be what they want you to be. But the fact is, you will never be happy when you do that. You will never be happy. You will go home every day and just say, I wish I knew the real me. I really do. Well, stop wishing. Make it happen. Do you, boo-boo. Ever use teleport. But again, thank you, and don't forget to check out Jenna's video, which I'm sure you already saw because it has like 1 million views and mine has like 3.